Hello. Yeah. So, according to, social media, it's been pathetically blasted everywhere, is International Women's Day. I mean, honestly, they invent these things, right? It's just to push an agenda. Anyone with a quarter of an inch of brain would know. They're trying to push something like, poor women, they're being so brutalized by men. Well, even though like women are protected in war, they are women and children, you know, are men are going around killing themselves, getting slaughtered to protect them. But now, poor women, it's all nonsense, man. It's another part of the, New World Order attempt to divide, to get women to hate men and blame everything on men. Yeah, and it's just to create division, and it's a joke. But so I just want to say something about women's boxing. I mean, women's boxing is utterly pathetic. There are 17 male boxers to every one female boxers. Yeah, there are 8 women heavyweights ranked. Yeah, there are 0 cruiserweights ranked. There are, I think, 13 light heavyweights ranked. I mean, come on, man. That's how poor the divisions are. Obviously, women, generally weigh less than men. But, even if you talk about, you go to middleweight, right? So now we've got an alleged super fight, which will be on pay-per-view between Savannah Marshall, who's a rug muncher from England, and Claressa Shields, who is likely a rug muncher from America, right? And they've been trying to build this up. Adam Smith says, what's her name? Claressa Shields is a global superstar who's transcended the sport. Yeah, right, man. You go around anywhere and you say, who's Claressa Shields? They're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Does she work in Tesco's? No one would know. And no one knows who Savannah Marshall is. I mean, even deep boxing fans, they don't even know because it's been pushed in their face, And Claressa Shields is just useless, as is Savannah Marshall. Most women boxers, they're embarrassing, man. They get beaten by novice amateurs two weights below, smashed, generally they just pump their arms out and wing a few punches. They don't hurt each other. Most of women's boxing is made up of skets like Ebony bitches, Shannon Coney, people like that. Terry Harper, the well-known rug muncher. Yeah, and they just keep on pushing these women. No one's interested. I mean, the quality is so bad. I wouldn't have a problem to see a couple of one women's fight in every professional boxing event if the quality was good enough. Let's say we're like women's tennis. Now in tennis, the women it's probably the most popular women's sport. You get some quality there. They wouldn't be able to hang with the males, obviously, but I mean, the quality is enough to warrant people wanting to watch it, and they do. Yeah, but that's just not around in female boxing. And you get all these women like I saw with Kayla Meyer, some she's considered a bit of a sort because she's not like ugly as sin. I don't know. I think she's an alleged world champion. And, she's, we're getting there. Oh, yeah, we're going to break the barriers. What a load of nonsense. It's got nothing to do with barriers. The only barriers to people watching women's boxing is that it's rubbish. It's awful. I mean, I stand by what I said. You get a novice male amateur, 2 weights below, and he will knock that woman world champion out. Yeah? And the Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall, right? They're at middleweight. Okay? So, I mean, with women being smaller, you might think that's equivalent of cruiserweight or heavy for a man, whatever. It's probably considered the premier division in women's boxing. And there are 29 girls. 29 women! Yeah. So basically the GWOAT, allegedly the greatest woman of all time, yeah, is fighting Savannah Marshall to be the best out of 29 women. 29 women in the entire world. There's only just over 1,400 women boxing professionally. Why should we care about that? It's a minority thing, man. But they push it, and they push it. Why do they push it? Number one, yeah, it's part of the sort of deranged NWO initiative, to pretend that men and women are completely equal and have got completely the same skills, even in biology and history and culture. Tells you the opposite. I mean, that's not to denigrate women. Women are good at some things like, having kids, looking after the house, making dinner, this kind of stuff. I've never known a woman who doesn't like to clean up the house. But I don't know any man who likes to clean up the house except maybe a batty man. So but I mean, there are biological differences, and to ignore that, well, it's got to do with the Illuminati agenda of transgenderism, of division, of knocking everything upside down, So we see this tragedy of women's boxing being forced on us all the time, and then you'll get guys, and the commentary will always say, oh, this is as good as the men's. This is as good a boxing match as we've seen on Sky Sports. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing Adam Smith, who's a bell end. And, they carry on pushing this nonsense. Well, the stupidity is, I mean, all sports is, professional sports is about business, right? And especially pro boxing, more than anything pro boxing. If you can attract that many people, then you will get your £10 million purse. And no one wants to see these women. So they stick them on, male undercards, to push their agenda. Now, I mean, that's a tragedy. Nothing is free of agenda. Not adverts. Obviously, education is fully agendaed, But they push an agenda. And you can see it working because in reality, why would you want a woman who sells 10 tickets and it's going to be a rubbish fight on your bill? Even if it's for the World Championship. You wouldn't. But, it's part of the push. So, International Women's Day, which is, again, a joke. We didn't do International Women's Day. I mean, they got International whatever day every week. We need to jump up and down. But, they got Mother's Day. They got all these kind of days. Plenty of time to and you shouldn't need that time. Be nice to your mum. Be nice to your sister. Be nice to your daughter. You don't need no weirdo Illuminati guys pushing you and telling you, oh, we need more women to be in primetime boxing and football, even though they're awful, And, it's a patriarchy pushing you back. It's just nonsense, man. You've got to recognise them themes and the manipulation. Anyway, so that's all I got to say about that, because I'm sick of this nonsense. Even women don't want to watch women's football. They want to watch men's football. They don't want to. If there are very few women boxing fans, it's actually estimated. I think 99% of boxing fans are men. And some of these guys would probably watch women's boxing happily if the quality is good enough, but it's not. It's awful. You got skits like Ebony Bridges in her underwear. The only men that are interested in women's sports, apart from maybe tennis, are whether the women are hot, and that's it, because they cannot compete with the men. Stop pretending they can. Stop pretending they're as worthy. Stop pretending Adam Smith that they are supreme fighters. They just wing their arm punches, rarely stop each other, and, it's dry, man. It's dry. No one cares about it. Drop it now.